Hi, good morning, people. Well, as you seen by my post, they've taken Jazzy's um one of her channels. She actually has a couple channels. Okay, that's not her only channel. And now what she's doing, she's guilt tripping people. The reason why they took her channel was because of nudity in the videos. So I think what they've done, they went you know, there's bots and stuff, picks up stuff. Like you can have a video for a long time. It could be nothing with it, nothing wrong with it. And they picked up stuff. But in fact, when she does do certain videos, she does it in a very weird way. Is she's not showing her children in an inappropriate way. She's doing inappropriate things. She has her baps out. It's mad. It's crazy. And now what she's doing, because she's literally crying, they're breaking down and stuff. Now she looked down on a lot of people in the past when it come to people with jobs, etc., etc. Actually, if anything, I feel that when people, especially your subbies, is in jobs and stuff like that, and they're doing what they're doing, and you're doing what you're doing, and it's like it's one hand help another kind of thing, isn't it? And it all depends on what kind of levels you got with the people that's in your on your channel, subwise or whatever. Now, what she tends to do, she does tend to beg a lot. She does. She begs a lot. And now I feel that how for years, because she says she's been on here for 13 years, which is long. If you've been on here for 13 years, you should have literally have something, a house, a car, been to a couple places with your children. You've never invested in the children. Now, I've spoken about you in the past, and mind you, I did stop talking about you. And now I feel that, yeah, I can actually talk about you because I feel that how one of Blanco's um, things that came out was that how there'd be a legal thing coming up. Now, I don't know what type of legal thing. It could be YouTube, it could be anything, right? So I feel that, and every time, like I said, Blanco's done a readings, obviously, it's always been on point without fail. She's never missed. So, um, so now Jazzy is basically using what she does the most, the tears and everything else. Now, if you have a couple fingers in a couple pies, you are able to do something with something. YouTube is quite enjoyable, and it has little perks and it has little things, and you formulate networks and stuff like that. You can come affiliated, you can do so much, but it's how far you want to take it. Some of us just use it for information's sake. Some of us use it for vlogging, whatever. Um, News people, reactions, however. So she's blaming it on the reactors, but it's got nothing to do with the reactors. It's literally to do with the YouTube guidelines. The guidelines also talk about reloading videos and stuff like that. So if you're not following all that, they will come at the channel of giving the reasons. If nudity is part of it, to do show her in her body in inappropriate ways, okay? And she's very inappropriate herself. There's been times where she sat with her leg open and be patting stuff and all sorts of craziness. And to be honest, you don't have to show your whole entire life on YouTube if you are blogging. Yeah. So basically, this lady is basically doing a lot. So I'm not gonna show her. I'm just saying she's guilt tripping her peoples, and it's been a long time in coming. No one wants to see her downfall. She's her own downfall. It's kind of like Nature Boy in a kind of way when you put all the shit on the videos, and then uh, things happen. I can hear you. So what I'm saying is that how they're right now giving her cash apps and super chats and stuff like that. But what happened to the rest of the money that you had before, the tax money, the money from the subs? Hi, Medusa. The money from the subs, the tax money, not putting clothes on children, not combing children's hair, not checking their autism, not taking care of them, not feeding them, locking them up in rooms. The list goes on. Going after people, putting on people's children on channels that you're not supposed to, putting on people's children, which you need a disclaimer to show people on your channel, because when you go certain places you have to be mindful of taking pictures and videos of people and all sorts of stuff, and she's not mindful. Yeah, right. And she's not mindful of that. So yeah, so basically, this is what is happening. This is what happens. Yeah, I want to lie. Right, this is what happens when you don't take into consideration of certain stuff. Not only that, right, you can slice up a vlog, a video. Like even when she went to the party with the children, she sat there and she filmed her whole self eating food and all this. Um, and now she's saying it's the reactors' fault. It's the reactors' fault. It's nothing to do with the reactors. There's nothing to do with them. Mind you, I can throw JJ reacts into that pot or that cauldron, because JJ was doing there was two men who was reacting on you. There was King, I forgot his name, and JJ, and then there's Buffalo Bill. And she went after JJ's channel, right? JJ's channel got terminated. He actually had two channels, one for reaction and one for music. And she went after the reactive one because every word he said is like he held up a mirror against her, showing her who she is, and she didn't like it because JJ said that how he was brought up in kind of that situation, but he said his mum did take care of him. And it's like she just went out. Now, bear in mind, there is also rules of sending subs to strike other channels, because if you do that, your channel gets taken down. Okay. And if you don't know the rules of engagement on YouTube, this is how deep it is for you. If you are a monetized channel, particularly, your stuff will get the the I forgot the word now. They will not get the green sign and all that stuff. Now she has been doing this for a long time, and no, I'm not going to show her video. I'm not going to show her. She's doing the same thing she's been doing. I call her content Groundhog Day. Me and my daughter literally stood up here and we watched one of her hauls, and my daughter said, right, she didn't buy food like that. She always bought a banana, a cereal bar, some name brand stuff, and some other stuff. Now, when you are on a low budget, right, I feel you can go to certain places like Aldi and certain places you can spend a kind of reasonable amount and buy reasonable food, and especially if your children like certain stuff, you buy for the children. You don't always go and um she kept buying protein shakes for herself. King Mike Productions, I missed that channel. Yeah, I don't know what happened to King. I haven't seen King Mike's Productions in ages, right? So basically, right now, her lying down on the chair and saying what she's saying, she's done this numbers of times, right? So anybody who's been in the mummy sector, we know her memo at this point. So what I'm saying is, when Blanco read on her, and I did the reaction to it, it's like a light bulb moment. That's why I sort of stopped talking about her. Bear in mind, today is only today. I'm talking about it today, but don't mean to say I'm going to talk about it tomorrow. Now, there are loads. She's not the only. She makes that she's the only woman who's a single mother and stuff like that. Actually, in fact, there is loads of single mothers from um, Texas on YouTube, and they're doing great things. Okay, let me see if I can find a few because she's not like she. I don't know what is wrong with her. I don't know. There's something deeply off with her. Let me see if I can find a black mother. Right, there's loads of them on YouTube, and they're all doing a few things. There's even information on Texas where you see them going certain places. Even I found out a little bit about Texas. I wasn't even looking outrightly. Selena's got a whole museum in Texas, and they do this thing where it is something to Selena. Yep, yep. You all know her memo. Yes, she has a way of doing stuff. She's on repeat. Like, so one of my good friends spoke to me, and she was saying, like, kind of give it a rest and stuff like that. But I need a confirmation that, because I know me, like, if I see something and I can relate it to something, I do that, right? And when I got Blanco to read on her, because Blanco did about 3 readings on her, right? And I think one came through, the one with the baby mother came through, and I think there's one with the Lord that's about to come true soon at the rate it's going. Now, the place that she moved to, very enough, she's moved to a new place. I mean, like, she does like getting a lot for her anyway, because she moved in because of Chris. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to this, right? She didn't want the children there with her anyway. And she proved in so many ways that how she just wanted to be with just wanted the little one, the smallest one out of the lot of them. When she says she's got 5 children, and meaning she says it conveniently. It's like conveniently using the Davis for as something when she needs something. They're used conveniently. They are not. It's not a nurturing mother, right? It's not a nurturing mother. From the time your 12-year-old is how old and you're letting her dress inappropriately, right? Even when you went to the school, you wearing a bonnet and a robe, right? Like, you just stroll out of bed and went into the car and go pick her up. Like, that is strange. Now, children, when they come a certain age, right, and you embarrass them as a parent, they ain't letting you go further than so. Next thing you know, right, they're gonna have you dropping them at corner. Now, her channel has been going down a real bad hole for a very long time, right? For the longest time, right? And this is after Chris left, and she still didn't learn from it, right? Then then it's like, if you're not beefing with somebody, fair enough, some channels make it big with the beefing and stuff like that and stuff like that. You're supposed to be a whole family channel. Then you said you weren't a family channel. Then I don't know, it's like mixed up. I do believe you do have mental health problems going on. You are very much seem like you are undiagnosed autistic woman, ADHD most probably, maybe. There's something going on with you. And the fact that your mum is not as much full on like she was before, you know why your mum's not as full on like before? Because of how you treated her. So she's not going to be coming in and be all over you, looking after you, taking the children like before. And I feel any mother would do that when they reach the end of their tether. They just had enough, right? And the fact that you are on there crying for your channel, Now, now you are still young. You're 34 years old. Right after a certain age, because there's a lot of ageisms going on with the jobs, a lot of stuff. But like, even I've always said, if she trained and did something, right, she can do something. I mean, like, you don't have to tell the whole of the flipping YouTube what you're doing. You can just do your movements and do. Who know, know. Who don't know, know. But the fact that you tell YouTube everything, even Medusa, the other Medusa Gotti, I think her name is, right? You was all after her, wanted to take her child from her. Now, her knowing whatever was going on with the father of the child, he hadn't seen her for so long. He is literally an absent father to that little girl, and you wanted to get all up involved in there. When it happened to you now, you're still holding out hope that he's gonna come back to you. And any person who's blind or whatever will know that how he's not going to do that, because he was showing red signs, red flags from a long time. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's like you never get it. You never ever get it. You don't get it. You don't get it. You don't get it. Like, when you're coming a grown ass woman, you learn by your lessons. You say, okay, I'm not gonna do that again. I'm not gonna do that again. She don't learn. She don't learn. No, she doesn't want them there. No, doesn't have a full deck rattled in the brain. Also, no, and I also feel it's undiagnosed autism going on. Right, tree. I can see. Yeah, yeah, the audacity of it. Yes, yes. So obviously, Medusa's now reacting on you now because of how you inserted yourself with with her daughter on certain stuff, and then you're taking on people's personalities and all sorts of craziness. You're not yourself. You're not you're just doing a lot. You know what I'm saying? Even when what's her name is homeless, you want to be homeless with her. Like, why would you want to do that when you can get houses and places so easily? Maybe because of the disability of the children, why you are able to get places. Like, you know what I mean? And then you sit there and then you get cash apps. There's nothing wrong with people getting cash apps, by the way. Okay, that's why right. So I'm not the same with Jazzy particularly. It's a thing going on, you know. She has a thing going on, man, and you know, at one point, right, you have to think a bit wider, like in certain ways. And she hasn't got friends that she can talk to, sit and talk to. Her friends is YouTube. YouTube is her friends. Yeah. What's the matter? What's the matter? I can't talk while you're on the line. Oh, okay. I'll talk to you in a minute then, okay? Okay. Yeah. Right. Right. YouTube is her friend. Oh, she is really reacting on her. Yeah, she is. LOL. Why did she say what did she say? Well, I might I might have to show Medusa's one. Let me see if I can find it. Because people on my thing, you don't really know most of these people. Oh, where is it? Hold on, let me see if I can find her. Because she started reacting on her a little bit. I think it's this one. I can't remember all the words exactly. Let me see. Right, let me see if I can pull it up. She did actually react. Let me get one of her old ones where she was reacting on it. Actually, in fact, let's get an old one. Okay, okay. I'm taking so long to do it. LOL. I'm coming. This is an old one. Okay, this is her reacting on Jazzy.
In this little small town is kind of hard. But next week, that's going to be my goal is to find some people that I can do videos with and, you know, grow my audience. I also need to try to get my TikTok, you know. So, yeah, your girl's doing good, okay? Your girl is doing good. By the time the party comes, they'll be all as one of Big Slime's other friends, I feel
She's
like
a big
is
slime.
has real beef and really fell out and really don't like each other because she reached out to me trying to do content with me. You feel me? And I was for it. I just wasn't able to get around to doing it. Um so, if you really don't like somebody, really have beef with them, link up with the ops. Make them real big mad. And that's what the other girl was trying to do. And Liv didn't even jump on it for real. So she had the nerve to put up another registry. She was dry begging. Yeah. And the stuff on the registry is stuff that you already had at one point. So you want your subscribers, your subbies, your followers to buy you stuff that you just didn't take care of or decided to sell and make money off of. Um, that's a little cray cray to me. Like, girl, you done had 20 million vacuums. I watched the Eric's video showing all the damn vacuums you've had, and yet you still need a vacuum? Honey, you literally had 50 million vacuums. Then she said, that's not how sponsorships work. You can't reach out. Yes, you can. What are you talking about? You trying to act like a real big influencer, a real big YouTuber that brands reach out to try to get them to talk about their stuff or promote or support them, their business, their brand, their stuff. Baby, you're not her. You're not. Almost done, okay? I'll come out in a little bit. Eat your strawberry. Shut the door. Shut the door, babe. Shut the door. I love you. Love you.
No, there is some good points what Medusa brings up on certain stuff on Jazzy life, but Jazzy's also her own worst enemy at this point. Yeah, whether it's entitlement coming up in her life when she was younger or whatever the case may be, showing having the children in inappropriate situations, um, all sorts of stuff. But the biggest thing that jumped out was the violation of the nudity. What jumped out, which Queen Blamar read on her channel also. Oh, I just noticed a wrench on my neck. Yeah, you've been having a wrench ages ago, right? Which Queen Blamar, when Queen Blamar, uh, I think she searched the name, and when she went there, she saw it said that how because of the nudity was mentioned in the on the thing when they took down the channel. So, and we know when she does certain stuff, it's not really done nice. It's not really appropriately done, really. So at the end of the day, you can't guilt trip people to feel sorry for you when it's your fault. People advise you, even on her. Even yesterday, they was trying to advise her and tell her what to do, what next move to do, to go on, to go to now that her channel's one of her channels gone, right, what to do to get additional money, right? Which is right. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, you get subs who suggest stuff. That's what subs do. They suggest stuff, right? And she was lashing out at them, cussing them out, and all sorts of stuff. That's not even normal. Now, um, I do believe she do have a substance problem. Yes, I do believe she has a substance problem because she's had so many stuff, like, as well, that she's either sold it or something. When she comes up on screen, she looks like she's totally out of her box, mate. Right? She's totally out of the box. And um if and I know people who have children with autism, and they said that how children with autism like do certain stuff, and Legendary does certain stuff. He does. Right? People's been calling it out for years, from My Shabby Life onwards, continuous till now. So adding at now, it's come to this point now. What you got to think to yourself is, what can I do now? Do I really need a YouTube channel? Right? Can I assure you, right? If it comes down to that for me, I have to think, okay, do I really need a YouTube channel? Can I do this? Is it worth me doing it? Then I have to look at reviews, think about it, or if not, I have to think of making a next one and then starting all over again. That's how it goes. You start all over again, you build up, and you do what you got to do, right? And it's not about asking subs for certain stuff and doing certain stuff. Maybe if it's a charity and you want your subs to get involved, then you obviously bring up the thing and then you tell them about it and then they get involved. That's how it's done. Oh, you're right. Sell everything like a junkie. Yes, I never thought of that. Yes, it's not just me who's seen it. Others have seen it. Others have seen it. Now, so now, what she's got to do, well, I don't know. I'm not giving her no advice anyway, because I know people's giving her advice. I'm not giving her no advice because she really treated Aiden very bad, and I feel that, especially as a black boy coming up in America, particularly, well, anywhere really, is something else, especially if you have special needs and your needs are not met. And the fact that little Ava is so skinny as well is very concerning. Now, I know people don't care for the children, they do things because, like, yeah, it gives them a view and it's good to talk about her and stuff like that. But some people, it's a lot deeper, because when you see the conditions of the children, you can only just think for of of your family being in the same position. I always ask, where are the uncles and aunties and families or friends in that particular thing? Because I would think, if I was doing craziness to my young one, I'd want someone to come in and step in and tell me about it, and come and literally step in. If you have to drag me to get to do what to take care of the child, to do it, tell me off, whatever. I feel that how, when it comes to children, particularly, especially like us children who's grown up around mothers like her, and I'm sure a lot of people who are on YouTube, when they see her, they get PTSD, right? Because it's like you're watching yourself through these children eyes on the screen, right? And as much as it pains me to say, like there is an open CPS case because Reese has brought it up, others has brought it up, and they was even thinking of taking Legendary. Okay, and I don't like CPS and don't like certain things because sometimes when it comes to the children, they don't check it, and we know this from the Californian toddlers, right? So she is very much unhinged, and I've been saying she's unhinged for a very long time now. Blanco picked up the house. She has a very thick dark energy with her anyway, from wherever, right? But she's very unhinged. She doesn't like the children, like she doesn't like the children to hug and kiss her. She's not nurturing. And it seems like a few of them on the Mamiana gang have a little bit of issues anyway, by the looks of it. Okay, Pepper, Christine, Chrissy, whatever, has the same, they kind of have the same kind of MO. They're all similar. There's no difference. There's no one's better than the other. They all do the same thing. It's just that Jasmine's one stands out more than the others, right? And people spot it. And for another person from another sector to notice it, because remember the white lady spoke on her before this. And she also said to her not to stop bringing the children on screen. Um, when you're doing what you're doing, settle the children down. When you're going to do whatever, you know, don't have your children walking up and down. Right? Even when she's potty training the youngest one, it's not like you don't. People don't need to see that you're doing it. I know she likes to prove to the reactors, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. We don't need. They don't need to see it. Don't need to see it. Okay, right? The boy is still in Pampers. He's almost 3 years. He's 3 years old, right? And yes, every child learns differently. Yes, every child is learns different. There's visual learner, and there's the other learner where like you have to sit with them and whatever. Because even I sometimes myself, because I was on brought up a certain way, you do certain things how you was on brought up, but sometimes you have to be forced to do certain things so that you can guarantee that that child gets what it wants and what it needs and other stuff like that. But obviously it's a shame that the children don't have older siblings, because maybe if that older siblings, this would be a whole different conversation. But right now, she's crying and she's guilt tripping people because of her channel is gone. One of the channels, because she's still there. It's just as one of the channels is gone. That's all it is. And now she's doing that thing where she's lying on the chair like she was doing before, and it's like, yeah. So to me, you don't guilt trip your oh, I didn't spell it right. You don't guilt trip your subs, you know. It's either they're riding with you or they're not. That's how it goes, I feel. And I don't feel that how you need to do all that. And even if you are a vlogger, right? Right, because like I said, there's many of them in Texas. I do remember looking through uh Texas YouTubers in Texas, Austin, Texas. There's a lot of them over there. There's a lot over there in Austin, Texas. All right, I'm gonna show one of them. Let me see if I can show one of them in Austin, Texas. Let's just show a sneak preview of people vlogging, because she doesn't do this. Oh, hold on. Trying to, oh, losing it. Okay, I think these are 8 months ago. These are old ones. Oh, they took a trip to San Diego. Okay. Oh, it's that type of thing. Okay, I'll go find another one. I'll go find another one. Let me see if I can find another one. My thing's moving all crazy. Oh yeah, let me see. Picked the wrong one. Picked the one first one that came up on dial. Okay, come on. I don't want to show. I don't really want to show her. How many channels does she have? She have two. My jazz, my jazzy life and my jazzed up life. She has two channels. Right. So this is a lady from Austin, Texas. Let me see if I can show her doing out and about stuff.
Hello, everyone. Welcome or welcome back.
Don't want to stay on this subject for long because this subject is very you know what Jazzy's one of those energy takers already. You stay on her and then it's just you know okay, so this is a young lady who lives in Austin, Texas, where Jazzy is now. Hold on, let me show.
It's perfect for that. They do well with the sunlight that we get, as well as the warm temperatures, which help them to grow and germinate a little bit faster when I'm growing from seed. But if you're not used to this kind of weather and you like seasons, then Austin's not going to be for you, because we also don't get a winter that is very noticeable. I didn't even notice that it was really that cold this winter. It was maybe in the 40s, 50s, sometimes 30s. I didn't notice when it was that low. I would say you're going to get your spring, your summer, and your fall, but you might not get the winter you're hoping for. There's definitely no winter wonderland here. You're just going to get that hot weather. So if that's something you're looking forward to or something that you enjoy, then that would be a pro. But if that's something that you cannot deal with, definitely going to be a con on your list. At first, it was a con on mine, but now that I see the use for that kind of weather, I've gotten used to it. The third thing.
See this lady right here, right? She's explaining about Texas. She's explaining the heat, she's explaining the weather, she's explaining how she feels. She seems very nice. Now, Jazzy do not give off none of these things. No, so all these positive bloggers get passed. They don't get seen, right? They don't get seen because of people like Jasmine and others, right? These are the ones are the positive ones. And I know we all like a train wreck. Yes, we do. But sometimes I feel like, like there is sometimes I want to show her doing other stuff, but I can't see her doing other stuff. But it's like we need to because Jazzy is just not it at this point, you know. She's just not it. Let me see. I could find another one.
So you're thinking.
Oh, she's not showing nowhere. I thought she was showing where she at. Well, that's Morgan. I can't remember her name, Morgan. But yeah, but Jazzy do not have that energy, and it's like now that channel's taken away. Right, it's like her leg got chopped off. One of her children's gone from her. You're supposed to feel that way for your children, not for a channel. And then you're saying it's for memories. Those memories you should have photographs and stuff like that in your house, because you have no pictures of none of your children, none of the baby pictures. Maybe at the early stages you have pictures of your children and different stuff. And I have pictures of my children and they're older now. I still have pictures of my children. I have pictures of my children all around me. Everywhere I turn, there's pictures of my children looking at me, right? So I don't understand why you're saying that, how like you need that, this is a, like that YouTube is for memories. Like most of those memories was not nice memories, right? Your children crying, all sorts of stuff going on, inappropriateness, all sorts of stuff. I can't even list half of them right now. I think I did do a couple videos. I mean, like you can refer back to the couple old videos I left up as up with her. But at the end of the day, you, those memories, I think the memories she got, the children got mostly was when they are not around her. Right, they're not around her. Even at the birthday party, you can see the way they were looking at her and all sorts. Like I would not want to be around my ex and his woman girlfriend like that, right? There is a line to everything. There's boundaries to everything, and she cannot read the room. But I will be doing an autistic live on this, right? Because I feel she has autism, right? And sometimes with girls it's masked a lot, with masked, but with her children it's more seen. And yes, she does stem on screen, on the screen. She does, she stems a lot. And when she's really, really, really frustrated, she takes it out on the children on screen. When she doesn't want them around, she don't cook nice stuff. She doesn't do certain stuff. Now, it's not everything you see somebody do, you must do too. That's another thing. Why Gran used to say, monkey see, monkey do. No, you don't follow fashion like an idiot what somebody's doing, because you don't know their story, you don't know their life path, you don't know what's going on with them, right? And people go through different things in their life. Sometimes it could be very deep. You don't know, right? So when you're following somebody like the single black female that you are, because I've called you that before too, taking on people's personalities, gestures, doing your hair like them, talking like them, that is weird. That is weird. And like I said, it's the same thing when I covered the Selena one with the friend. Like, you know what I mean? When you're the sound, when you are literally stalking somebody and the whole world can see that's what you're doing, it's strange, right? And I believe they are all talking to each other because they're all doing the same things. They're all doing the same kind of haul, same kind of this, same kind of that. Like, come on. When you go to other YouTubers who is around Texas, it's not so. There is a difference. Like, you should have invested in something. If you are a monetized channel, you have to invest in something, some kind of something, right? Some kind of something. Even the mukbangers, like invest in stuff, do sources and certain stuff. If you're not able to do that, then you do it later on when you're more established, more there, more whatever. It's called a business move, right? So me, I wouldn't do affiliated stuff because my channel's not geared for that. It's not on that level there for that, for affiliated this, that. I don't want to do that. And I've made it quite clear to how where I want to go with my channel. And if I feel I have to change certain stuff and take down certain stuff, yeah, I will do that too. Because that is just understanding and reading the people's, the subs that surround me, from the mods go back to the subs. And she doesn't treat her subs very good. I'm like, I talk to some of my subs as well, right? So like, you cannot be like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to have some kind of something going on, or if not, yes, you do have stagnated times. Yes, you do. I ain't gonna say it's perfect. No, it's not. You have real stagnated people blocking, doing all sorts of stuff. But you gotta push through it, as the words you love to use. Push through it. Well, you don't just say the words; you do it. Right? Your children is what keeps you going, whether they're in their 20s upwards. Your children keeps you alive. Your children keeps you, your heartbeat flowing, right? You know, people live for their children. And the fact that your child cannot even, your other children cannot even hug you, then you use your children, put them on screen when they're doing basketball, you're all happy, 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 happy. Your children don't have to be like you, right? And your children have a right to say, no, mom, I don't want to be like you. They have a right to say that. You know what I mean? They can probably step up and move further than you. Who knows? Now, the way how it looks now, right? You just got one channel. You might get back the other one, but if I was you, I would have cleaned up that channel, sort it out, you know, like, and yeah, and stop mimicking people. You know what I'm saying? You know, those kids have a ball with their puppy and girlfriend. Yes, they do. They do. They do. In at the party, right, when they left for the bar, for the bathroom, I think it was noticed. It was noticed. The aunties are very much all in. I can see that, right? And I don't have to sit in their front room to see, and they don't have to film all the time to show me that. Just from that little slice of the party, I can see from the interactions and stuff like that. She carried a gift there. She wanted her daughter to open it to prove that she bought her a gift. She could have just opened it at home. But you never cared about what the child thought in the first place. You never cared. You never listened. Sometimes you have to listen, right? Because even you, a parent, you go through life lessons your own self, and you got to think to yourself, bro, do I want to go through this? Do I want to continue living like this? Do I want to, you review your whole life. You can be from 30, 40. You see, when you hit that 40 mark, that's when, like, okay, I've been through certain stuff that even you can sit down now, you can have a conversation with the younger ones and show them certain stuff. You cannot show them that because you go on like a bubblehead. You are worse than the nature girls, the carbonation law. And I'm sorry to refer to them, but those are the only people that come to my head right at this present moment, right? She is a bubblehead. She believes the only way to be with a man is through the loins. You cannot go through that. You cannot be dealing like that. You have to find another way, and you can't be always attracting the same man. At one point, you got to change, and you can't be having babies after babies after babies. That don't keep no man. And as it's shown, Chris is not around, so that clearly shows that how he wasn't there for the long haul. He wasn't there for you in the first place. He didn't like you, right? So once you know that type of man don't like you, what do? You go, you pull yourself together. Some women glow up, some women change their attitude, some women do different movements. Like some women don't even want to be in relationships. They stay by themselves. And just because a woman's single, it doesn't make her. It doesn't mean that how she cannot be with somebody or she don't want to be with nobody. She just reached to that point where she's like, you know what? I'm just gonna do me. That's it. And some women do that. Hi, Ebony Locks. And some women do that. Some women just think, you know what, I'm just gonna do me, right? And they will educate themselves. They'll do what they have to do. Some women will be in the worst positions ever, and they will think, you know what? They'll wake up one morning and they say, I can't live like this no more. And they will try and they will do what they have to do to get by. Okay. So at the end of the day, by you coming on and going on the way you are going, and the way you put the look, the face, you right, the other day you came on with a bonnet and a robe, right? I have never in my lifetime, my time when my children's coming up, say I'm going out there dressed like this or whatever, 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 in a robe. No, the most I think I've done, right? I had locks at one point, and I had, like, the time when they used to put the tights around the locks, and I was very new ageist kind of looking, yeah. But I've never said, okay, let me go to my daughter's or children's school and wear a robe to go pick them up. That would not be on my mind. And the thing is that, right, we already are stereotyped already, and you've come on here, the typical stereotyped person that you are, that you've shown, right? You've shown that how, like, all we do is make children, right? Fair enough, right? Right. Some people are not well off or whatever the case may be, but it doesn't mean to say you have to put that everything pon front street on YouTube. And I'm very old fashioned because in back in the day that would never be heard of. You never put everything on front street. Fair enough, if it's a DV abusive, whatever, that's different. But when it's putting your life on front street, then you're putting every single crevice, everything, showing your frontage, your backage, your breast, your boot, boy, I can't even. Like I said, it's just crazy to me. At 30 something, I've always said, I had 4 children to look after, 4, right? And I made sure they ate. I made sure they had clothes. I made sure they had this. I made sure they hair were comb. I made sure whatever. The only time I think I had a slip at one point was when there was a little bit older. But apart from that, my children were like, children learn from you because they learn their little independence, and you're not even letting your daughter cook food or nothing. She's like 12 years old. They should be able to cook a little egg, a little something, make little food, see after the other children, make sure the other children's good. And you don't put everything onto that child, because if you do that, that's like making them a parent before their time. You're growing them up quicker. Then by the time you spin around 3 times, they're like 20, 30, 20, 30 upwards, right? And yes, I am an old biddy and I can speak from proper experience, right? So you come on here, you do all that. I have never come on my YouTube channel and said to people, give me a cash app or whatever. I think I said one time, give me a cash app for charity, feeding the beggars on my where I'm at. I've even put up links to uh orphanages and different places, people from England over here doing stuff, right? That's how you think. I think that's what these channels are here for. Sometimes to give people outwardly information. And like, it's nice to have stuff for birthday, get cash outs for birthdays and different things. That's different. But when you're on here, full registry, everything else. I actually like how Planet did it, where she just did a registry for snacks. That's more different, right? That's not asking for like tables, chairs, this, that. That's little small things. Snacks is small little things. Snacks, drinks, little things. Like, you know what I'm saying? So by her doing this and trying to guilt trip the people, I don't know why she's trying to guilt trip the people. She must think they're all dumb over there, but they're not. And I think when subscribers see that you are trying to guilt trip them and they see the BS and they step away from your channel, because every subscriber counts at this point. Everyone counts, right? Whether they're in, out, indifferent, whatever, right? And you're guilt tripping them. Then you're sitting there with your face in the camera, like looking like puss. I'm just like, come on. Like, even I was thinking, when is it gonna end? When is it gonna end? Really, when is it gonna end? She's so controlling. The kids can't even put their own condiments on their food. She puts hot sauce and pepper on everything. Yes, I saw that. She does. She's very, very controlling. They have no voice. They have no voice. And that's the thing. Even when she spoke all over Aiden, and I said, we keep doing that to Aiden, he's going to go totally mute. You know, children can totally stop talking and not talk at all. They will literally go mute, right? And she was just talking all over him. She dislikes Aiden for some reason. I don't even know what is wrong with her, right? You know how many women want children and can't have children? They're barren. They can't even push a baby out or nothing. And you're able to give to the world 5 children. Doesn't matter how they come, right? The fact is that right, they rely on you, right? The girls watch the mother. Whatever the mother's doing, the girls mimic the mother, right? Because she's the figurehead of the family, right? And then and I think and they choose a guy like their father, and it's the same with the boys. The boys choose a girlfriend like their mother, right? So if your son comes in one day when he gets older and he brings somebody just like you ain't gonna get on with her because you want to see her looking just like you. Then oh, the favoritism. Don't even get me started on the favoritism, Ebony. Don't get me started on the favoritism. That's just a whole nother something else right there. But then even just yesterday, she was shouting at him. Right? He was saying, "Mommy, I'm scared. I'm hungry." Or I think he said, "I'm scared." Right? I've been on live, and my little one called me upstairs. You know what I did? I turned off the sun, and I said, "Okay, I'm going." I turned it off. I went upstairs. I went to see to my young one. Yeah, I want to see to her. You can't be wrong and strong, right? In these days, in these times, there are so many, and predators go for family channels. I've even got a video on here about that and what they do. They zoom in on the children, literally. Even if you have a blur over the children, they take the blur off. So when you're there putting them on potties and all this madness on screen, right? And then you have your child doing whatever, God knows what, on the trampoline or whatever the heck you're doing. There's predators all over the freaking net, right? Even one time, there's a good example I can give. The one where a guy, he followed some family off of Facebook. I think it's Facebook or YouTube, and he ended up at the girl's school, at the child's school. They asked him what was he come there for. He came to pick up the child. Luckily, the policeman got there, got him, and took him away. Who knows how that would have ended up? You have to be very careful on these apps, whether it's TikTok, Facebook, or Facebook, Fakebook, right? In Instagram, you have to be very careful, very careful. And she's not careful. And the sad thing about it is, right, Reese already explained how deep her case and stuff is going on with her. The reason why the smallest one is with her still because when Hannah and Philip wanted to take the children, because I feel they was gonna well, don't allegedly take the children, right? They was gonna take Legendary, but I think there was a reason why Legendary didn't get taken as well. That's why the children is hardly there. So as much as she says, okay, right, it's gonna be 5 days here and 5 days there, there's a lot more going on than meets the eye. So just because you see the other one dealing with the CPS, it doesn't mean to say that Jasmine is not going through CPS problems herself. And I would not put that on anybody, any black family of any sort, because CPS is the worst. But here she is on here tearing up, literally. Tearing up. Why didn't you get an external drive and save the videos of your children, births, etc.? Birthday, even though their birthdays were shitty anyway. They have shitty birthdays. And I'm not saying that right, every birthday have to be extravagant. No, it doesn't. It doesn't have to be extravagant. But at the same time, right, you have memories of stuff on there of you and Philip and etc. Which I don't understand why you still got Philip's videos on there, because you've been done with him how long? How many moons ago? So it's quite strange. You have strange antics, you have strange ways, strange shenanigans, strange everything. So when Pineapple and people react to Pineapple, the Erics, Fran, Tea Time, just to name a few, give a reaction to you, right? And in fact, you listen, because some of the stuff what they say, you do it. So you are basically watching them anyway. When you're in argument with Liv, you be using their videos as defense, right? I don't understand. The next couple years from now, when you are 40, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Cause I assure you, some people in this and our my age catchment, some of the stuff we done we regret, and some things we don't regret, and some things that we trying to change. Cause we want women like you to get better, but no, you don't want to get better. Exactly. With the Dollar Tree, it's easy to do a child's party. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. Exactly. Exactly. And it doesn't have to be extravagant. It doesn't have to be showy. And you don't have to put it on YouTube. You don't need to do it. You really don't. You really, really don't. You don't have to show everything. That's why Hannah and them lot. And I'm not a fan of Hannah and Philip neither, because look at the children head now. Look at their head, right? It don't matter how you feel about the mother, right? It don't matter how you feel about the mother. And I know people are saying, oh, Hannah's a bit of a mug and blah de blah de blah de blah. Do you know what? They're children. They did not ask to be here, first and foremost. You went and looked for them. You was in competition with the other baby mothers, which I've never heard in my born day. I would not have even thought about, oh, because she over there is having a baby, I'm going to have a baby over here. What sort of craziness is this? Then you're bitter towards your children. Then you say you regret having them, all sorts of, oh my gosh. I have some videos that I've done on this woman, okay? Because I literally stopped talking about her. Because there's real things going on in real life. She is going on like as though, I don't know what, I don't know. She goes on like as though she lives in La La Land. Basically, she lives in La La Land. Right, let's just call it for what it is. Okay, she lives in La La Land. There's so much things going on. A whole hurricane hit Florida. And it's right, I mean, people lost their homes, lost lives, lost family, lost this. It's worse than Katrina. And you're all in yourself. You're selfish as hell, worrying about yourself. Right? For all you know, right, you can have one relative that is probably hit. You don't even know. And you don't have to be close with people to know that what they're going through. You don't have to be there to know what they're going through. The fact that the thing hit them and you continue asking, pardon me, for stuff, you ask for stuff continuously. And instead of you and you didn't even say, well, let me make a little hamper and send to the children, send to the people. Let me go, let me, like you leave dairy with somebody, you go down there and help. Because you're in America. I'm all the way in UK. I see it for what it was. Even I was telling them to go look after themselves, come out their houses, do what they got to do to survive that hurricane. You were so encapsulated in yourself. It's unbelievable. It's one of those. It's unbelievable how selfish and entitled a person you are. Hannah, I don't understand. I don't think Jasmine is capable of being. She's not. She never was. From the time you're locking your children in a room, you lock them in a room with one of them LED lights, full pamper, to the boy almost ate doo doo. I think it was. I think I heard that he ate doo doo. I'm actually surprised that they don't hate their mother. To be honest, they love their mother. They love her. They love their mother. Amaya's always trying to get her mum to see her all the time. She's like she will do anything for her mum to see her. Anything. Ava's just frail. She looks like as soon as you blow on her, she's gonna fall over. In fact, Legendary's bigger than Ava by a lot. And Ava's the older one. Anyways, you know what? Right, Put it this way, once I done talk about it, I ain't gonna talk about it. I promise myself I ain't gonna talk about this lady no more. I promise myself this. Because it's silly how you're guilt tripping people on your ting. Big old dirty tears. Even one of my subs said he tired of you. Rico said he tired of you. Leonard said the same thing. Me tired of you. We're all tired of you. We had enough. Enough is enough. Maybe it's good that how they took that channel. It's good because it had too much raw stupidness upon it in the first place. Too much. You don't care for your children. It's clear to see. Very clear. You don't want your children. Very clear to see. And in fact, before children used to divorce their parents, I don't even know how this is going to go because they're getting older by the minute. Caitlin's getting older. Caitlin's eyes is like he's opening. By the same time, she's following her mum because she loves her mother. Most parents with children with special needs fix their daughters so they can have children. Jasmine's mother should have had her fixed. Well, boy, I don't know. What you said is quite deep there, Ebony. It's quite deep. Because I feel they put her on basketball things to keep her occupied, to keep her out of trouble, but she got herself into trouble. That's what I feel. Because even from the daddy, the way he's talked about it, Jazzy Jeff, why on earth would you call your child Jazzy Jeff? A girl. That's why she's so manly, mannish. There's nothing feminine about her. She's got masculine energy big time. And she just thinks that how the only way to a man's heart, a man, is through the penis and sex. Through the penis. There, I said it already. That's all she thinks about or does. I don't know. I mean, yeah, okay, fair enough, right? Something like over sexual, okay, yeah, whatever. But at the same time, well, we don't need to know. We don't need to know. And all them, and even the baby face videos that she had up, you can see how ignorant she was on stuff. She started out having children very young, very young. My grand would have broke my waist. Think I could be having babies at that age? Are you crazy? My grandmother sent me to go live with man at that age. Are you mad? You are crazy. You are crazy. In fact, it's the grandmothers that normally save the children, save the girls from getting into certain problems. They would even take on the babies and let them go to school. So I don't know where is these aunties and uncles and extended families or whatever. And it seemed like Philip's family must have taken her on too. Seems like. I'm not saying it is that what it is, because probably was not like that. But I'm just saying, you know, it's very sad. It's very sad, Ebony. It's sad. It's beyond sad. And the fact that she was even talking about being R-word by her uncle so nonchalant. It's like, what? Anyways, I just thought I'd just come on here and say my piece. I was trying to say my piece from yesterday for when I was watching Planet, but my phone chipped out on me and stuff, and I didn't want the live to trip out as I'm talking and stuff like that. Cause I don't want to seem like I'm rude when I trip out, okay? So I just thought I'd just put my 5p here, 5 pence here. Please leave a comment underneath the live, the video, and tell me what you think of all this, of her losing her channel. Maybe it's for the good, maybe she ain't gonna learn the lesson. She has not learned the lesson. There's a lesson in all of this stuff, and she ain't learned it. She's not gonna learn. She's gonna continue to do the same old, same old. As soon as she gets that channel up and running and get her back to where it's supposed to be, she's gonna be doing the same old, same old, same old, same old, because she has autism. She does things on repeat. She does a lot of things that undiagnosed autistic women do. Yeah, she does. It's sad. I'm happy I haven't been watching her very long. I told myself I wouldn't be watching the moms either. No, she's not. She's not normal. She's not normal. She's not nurturing. I mean, yes, some women can be hard ass as hell. Yes. It takes a lot for them to learn to get close to their child because some women really detach themselves from their children. It's a fact. They detach themselves so much. Some women has to be taught to be mums all over again, have to be taught, they have to go to organizations to teach them these things. She doesn't show the other side of Austin. She doesn't go show certain places. I'm not saying that I go out a lot myself, but at the same time, man, when I go out, it's like a whole new world. But like at the same time, right? My daughter's Virgo, just like her. My daughter works very hard. Virgos work very hard. They're more like the mothers. They're the nurturers. You see them? You can't play with their family and their siblings. They will come after you. She has a lot of issues. Yes, she does. She does. She has a lot of issues. She's so she will rather sit down and tell YouTube all her issues. Like YouTube can solve it. YouTube cannot solve it for you. YouTube's not here for that. They're not here for that. They will sit and they will just watch the train wreck. Even they was trying to give her some advice and they're cussing them off. Like I said, there's something not wrong. There's something wrong with terribly wrong with that lady. There's something wrong with her. There's something wrong with her. Even I rather watch her through the reactors. I only go over there to see little bits and pieces, whatever. Sometimes there's none to see. It's the same old, same old, same old, same old. I rather go into a reactors chat quicker than go to her channel. And some reactors do spot a lot of stuff. They spot a lot of red flags on her end too. So the whole moral to the story is if you haven't learnt from this, because there's been a lot of lessons. Lipstick, what's her name? That friend, Chris leaving, the children issue about the abuse where Chris is concerned. And he was more concerned about Chris than the children. No, I don't think. I'm gonna leave this one up and just add it to my pile of Jazzy. But at the same time, I'm gonna talk about the other stuff that is more important. That's more going on in the world. She's not alert to a lot of stuff. You're going out, it's cold. You're wearing a shorts and a vest. Then you're not bathing. Which man's gonna sit there and sit with you if you're not bathing and not washing yourself? Which man's gonna sit there? No man ain't gonna sit there. Man will go and get what he wanna get and he'll be gone. No man's gonna sit with no nasty woman. They call them what less over here. They ain't gonna sit with you. You have to build up yourself. And I said that this morning to another person. You have to build up yourself. You have to make yourself. And even if you're small as your child is your voice of reason. Your child, if they're old enough to talk to you and tell you, Mom, ear or A, B, C, D, E, F, G, they're the voice of reason. Because especially if you brought up that child a certain way, they're the voice of reason. And children have all types of different characters. No child characters are the same. They're all different. Okay? So if you can't see the difference with your children, there's something wrong with you as a woman, as a mother. Because there is no handbook to being a mother. Just pushing out a child is one part of it. Is the rest of it. Sometime right, you will be there for your child as long as it takes till you are in your grave. Motherhood never done. Okay? Motherhood never finished, never done. You're a mother. You're a mother. You're called mother. You are the nurturer. You are the life giver. You are everything to them children until like they leave or like, or your life change or whatever. But some women literally stay by themselves. Just because women is single doesn't mean to say that they're sad or whatever. Some women make that decision for a reason. Some women choose that life path for a reason. And I'm repeating it again. All right? So just because like some women even go out and become plumbers and mechanics, this, that, and the other. Just because you can fix a couple of things. You know what I mean? To say you have to move manish. You can still keep your femininity because you are a woman. You are here. That's what you're here to. You are here. She's still lying. Yes, she possibly is still lying. She will drive everyone crazy. I only watch reactions. Yes, I watch reactions too, because I've seen you a couple places. She teaches them nothing. Yes, absolutely nothing. Um, Even the grill that she got, like, it's all show and no trousers. It's just like, bro, like, I know I keep saying bro, it's her and her bro is just catching. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm soon 50. And you know what? I wait. Right, they said that you can wait forever on this, that, and the other, but at the same time, I can still vet whoever. It will this is the beauty of being by oneself. You can vet the man that you want to be with. You can pick and choose. You can sort yourself out. You can have days where like you don't want to dress and do whatever. Yes, you can. You have days like that. It's normal. You're human. And then there's other times when you just want to dress and go and do stuff and dance and live life. Some people find out that how like they got diseases and all sorts of stuff going on, cancer and this one and that one, and they live. You're a 34-year-old woman, don't want to live. What is wrong with you? But anyways, I'm gonna get off. So one channel's gone and there's another one there. So we're gonna see whether they're gonna put if they put back the channel, it would be interesting. They put back the channel, right? So she got jazzed up life still there. So like right now she's doing that lying around thing and all sorts of stuff. She lucky she had a car. If I had a car, what? If I had a car, nobody not see me for dust. They ain't see me for dust. I put petrol in that, especially when you know the roads well and you can book a couple places and go where you need to. What? A car's a bonus. She's having a laugh. I swear to God. Yes. Make yourself happy. Exactly, Ebony. Yes. Good night. Good to see. I'll see you soon too. But I'm coming off too anyway, because like I know I made this thing run into 2 hours. No. But that's my qualm. And that's me as a woman observing her from the outside, okay? Right? We all have flaws because none of us is bloody perfect. We're all work in progress. So at the same time, right, you are the mother and you gotta nurture. Sometimes I wasn't on here for a while, and one of my subbies said to me, boy, you ain't been on YouTube for a while. And I said, yeah, I've been busy. I was busy. I was busy doing something. I can't remember. I was busy doing something. And then gradually, and I gradually, like when I have free time, I was doing lives and I was doing my little thing, but that's it. But I'm not, you know what I mean? There's no, man, she cray, man. Anyways, I'm going to come off because it's Saturday. And by the time you blink, the day's gone. And I'm not going to be on here all day because I have a thing to do. I ain't doing it today. So, yeah. So thank you, Medusa, for coming through. I'm not pressing any of her thing. And Ebony Locks. And Ebony Locks. Yeah, she can't separate good or good and evil. No, she can't use discernment. And sometimes your discernment does be off too. Sometimes it happens. But then when you realize what's going on, like, then you use your power of discernment in every single situation. You review everything. You sit there and you analyze everything. You go through everything in your head. Even when like you're not thinking, sometimes you'll be walking and you'll be thinking and you start putting things together and you start putting little jigsaws together in your head. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying I'm an expert or counselor or whatever. No, I'm not. I'm just speaking in general at this point. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come off and I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna try to find another thumbnail other than her face to put on here because I don't. I think I've had enough of looking at her nose and all that and her angry face. It's just crazy. I'm gonna find another one. I'll probably put up a positive picture over this one, though it's about her, but whatever. So take care, Ebony and Medusa, and I'll see you in the next one. And you can go over to Medusa Scotty and see what she's saying because I look like she's turning into reactor too, so or doing reactions. But that's my overview of the whole situation, and I'm gonna leave it right there. So with that said, I will see you guys later or another time or whenever. Right, go check the old videos, Ebony, and you see well what I said on the whole situation of her at one point, which I have spoken about it. So with that said, I will see you. Take care. Bye.